Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani here, research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो, so that I know you all are with me live in the session. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes because I see that people are joining in, and then we should be good to go with today's mid-market session. Good afternoon, Chandrasekhar ji. Audio, video clear. Okay, perfect. Great. So we just wait for a minute or so and then we will start. Anish ji saying yes. Kalyani ma'am is saying yes. Okay, perfect. Mithilesh ji saying okay. Sanjeev ji, good afternoon. Aapko bhi good afternoon. Okay. So Srinivas ji, hi, good afternoon. So before we start today's mid-market session, I want to discuss something very important with you all. So that is of late हमने ये देखा है कि there is an impersonation scam alert. So there are some fraudsters who are they operate with SBI Securities name, and they are on trying to defraud people there. So there is a lot of current instances that we have seen where SBI Securities have been impersonated. So I just wanted to caution you all, saying if you receive any messages from any fake individuals or any WhatsApp groups or any websites that is misusing SBI Securities brand name, so be aware of that. So be a little cautious, especially if you are receiving anything from the name of SBI Securities. So the official WhatsApp handle is SBI Securities here, and you will always see the blue tick. आपको एक ऐसे blue tick दिखेगा. So that is the only channel that you should be looking into. Any other messages that you get from anyone else who say we are from SBI Securities, we provide this recommendations, these are the services, etc. So don't fall into that trap. And in case if you so you trust only communications from SBI Securities, and in case if you come across any such impersonation attempts, reach out to our help desk number, that is 02268545555. So do let us know that somebody is impersonating in the name of SBI Securities. Only follow our verified channels. Please don't fall for any other traps here. Okay, so that is what I wanted to talk about. So now let us start off with an update on the mid markets first. So couple of important events that has happened yesterday. One is the Federal Reserve has gone for a 25 basis point rate cut on expected lines. But a major reason, अगर आप देखोगे, despite the rate cut, the US markets were mixed yesterday. So if you see, Dow Jones was around 0.16%, S&P 500 closed flat, and Nasdaq closed around 0.55% higher. बट एक एक्सपेक्टेशन था कि जो दिसंबर वाला मीटिंग होगा उसमें फिर से फेड माइट गो फॉर अनदर 25 basis point rate cut. So the street was expecting 25 now and 25 later, but if you read the comments of Federal Chairman Jerome Powell, he said that the members itself had differing views about rate cuts, and there are high chances that Fed might hold on to the rates now, and there is not going to be any further rate cuts at least in the near term. So that kind of dampened sentiment in the US markets there, and that is one of the reasons why, if you look at the US government bonds yields, usually when the interest rates go down, the yields also fall. But despite the interest rates going down, you can see there was a spike of around 2.51% in the US government bonds 10-year yields. That was mainly related to the commentary that we heard from the Federal Reserve Chairman. Secondly, one important news is that US has cut around 10% tariffs on China. So China was put under 57% tariffs, so that has gone down to 47%. So both the leaders of China and US met recently, and even China has kind of said that they will export rare earth minerals to US, and that the deal is in place with both US and China. So that is kind of positive for the US markets as well as the Chinese markets here. But again, if you see our markets, so there is no major triggers. So it's not that both these news helped our markets here. So our markets are still under a bit of pressure. We are still yet to move above the 26,000 mark. Yesterday we closed somewhere around 26,050, but today we are down around 141 points, down about 0.55% lower. Even Sensex is down around 0.57%. We looked at the US markets. Even if we see Europe markets, so Germany was down 0.64%. London was the only European index that was positive, that was up 0.61%. France was down 0.19%. Eurostox index was down 0.19% here. If we look at the Asian markets, so Nikkei is mildly positive, 0.04% higher. So even US and Japan have a trade deal in place. If you look at Hang Seng is down 0.7%, Shanghai is down 0.7%. Kospi is the only Asian index that is marginally trading in the green, that is 0.14%. So barring all the other indices, if you see, there is some pressure that we are seeing across the global markets. अगर हम डॉलर इंडेक्स की बात करें, so डॉलर इंडेक्स में कल एक अपटिक नजर आई थी 0.41% का, but the overall trend is still down. If you see from the 9th of October, it's been moving in that 99.5 on the upside and around 98 on the downside. So as long as it moves in a range, there is no signs of worry. On the downside, 98 is likely to act as a strong support, and on the upside, this 200-day EMA level of 100 is likely to act as a strong resistance for the dollar index. Government yields we already discussed. If you look at India VIX, so India VIX again, there is no significant change in any volatility. If you look at India VIX, it's been moving in that 12.7 zone on the upside, and on the downside it's 10 is strong support for India VIX. But overall, if you look at the broader picture, the 13.5 on the upside and 9.5 on the downside, so this is majorly where India VIX has been moving in. So no signs of any extreme volatility or panic or fear as far as India VIX is concerned. Maybe if India VIX goes above 13.5, right now it's at 12.04. But if it goes above 13.5, then chances are that we might see some, heightened volatility in the markets that can give some discomfort to the bulls. But as long as it stays, within that 12-13 mark, absolutely no signs to worry about. One important trigger, I think this is a worrying sign for our markets, especially, and one of the reasons why the markets are, currently in a jittery mode, if you see. It's because that the dollar is gaining strength against the rupee. So dollar has gone to 88.62. So this is not the kind of movement that we want to see in dollar by rupee. So ideally, we want to see dollar weakening and rupee strengthening. But we can see that the dollar is gaining strength and it's gone to 88.59. So in fact, on 15th October, it seemed like, okay, now the rupee might strengthen. But the fact that dollar strengthening against the rupee is only going to keep FIIs away from our markets for the time being. So if we move above 88.8, 89, then chances are that we can see some, more pressure in our market. So dollar moving above 89, VIX moving above 13.5, and the dollar index moving above 100 with the yields going above 4.2, 4.3. If you kind of mix all these indicators, if this happens, then chances are that we can feel some pressure in our markets here. If you look at crude oil, so crude oil, there is some respite in the crude oil prices. Post hitting the high of $66 a barrel, there is some profit booking. And right now we are at $63 a barrel. So on the downside, $60, $59 a barrel, that is likely to act as a strong support. But if crude oil prices move above $68 to $70 a barrel, again, chances are that we can see some pressure coming in. If we look at gold, so gold has seen some profit booking. So Dhanteras ke baad hi humne dekha that gold has seen some profit booking post the sharp rally here. It's below its 20-day EMA. But the broader trend is still intact. It's just that post the sharp rally, we are seeing some correction. So maybe the next support lies in the zone of $3,850 an ounce. If we look at silver prices again, there is a correction in silver prices as well. It hit a high of 54.46 and then it broke its 20-day. It took support from its 50-day EMA and there is a mild bounce that we saw in the silver prices. It has again moved to 47.82. So both silver and gold are seeing some profit bookings currently. So a major trigger or a major sign of worry for our markets will be when the dollar index moves above 100. Yield goes to 4.2, 4.3 levels. India VIX goes above 13.5. Dollar goes above 89. And if crude oil goes above the $70 a barrel, if these things happen together, then we will see some extreme pressure coming in our markets. So as long as the indicators remain like this, I think there is no major signs to worry about. If we look at the FII positioning yesterday, so in the cash market, FIIs again, there is a choppy movement that we've been seeing from the FIIs over the past 4 or 5 sessions now. So like we discussed on the monthly expiry day, this buying figure of 10,339 crores was not on account of fresh buying. That was mainly because the FIIs got delivery of shares that they held in with them in futures, but that was not on account of any fresh buyings. And yesterday again, they sold around 2,540 crores in the cash market. And there was a small dip in the long short ratio as well. The long short ratio from 19.5 has come to around 18.9. Though you can see there is the net index futures contracts have gone up from 92,000 to 98,000. So around 19% long short ratio means FIIs are holding only 19% long positions in index futures, while they still hold around 81% short positions in index futures here. So despite the buying that we have seen from the FIIs, though the buying was not very significant compared to the quantum of selling, but this long short ratio being at 19%, 81% shorts held by the FIIs is a sign that FIIs still are not in a mood to cover their shorts and maybe later on build long positions in index futures here. So maybe a couple of key triggers like we've discussed. One is your Bihar elections in the month of November. That will be one important event to watch out. Secondly, it's the progress that India makes with US on a trade deal. President Trump yesterday mentioned that the deal might be finalized soon, but again, unless and until we don't have the blueprint in front of us, it's very difficult to trust. But nevertheless, FII still carry that bearish sentiment with them. Now, if we look at Nifty's daily chart, so अगर हम निफ्टी का डेली चार्ट देखें यहाँ पे, so we can see that post the symmetrical triangle breakout from the 20th of October, we can see that now Nifty is moving in a range here. So if I have to draw a couple of lines here, on the upside, I feel this level of 26,100 is a strong resistance for Nifty. While on the downside, if I draw a line here, so 25,700 is a strong support for Nifty here. So you can see from the 20th of October, Nifty has been moving in a range 25,700 on the downside and 26,100 on the upside. So, Nifty kind of went up, it went down, again it gave a bounce, again it faced strong selling around the 26,100 mark. So, जब तक Nifty decisively 26,100 के ऊपर हमें breakout नहीं देता है, तब तक शायद हो सकता है कि Nifty consolidate करे इसी 400 पॉइंट के रेंज में. That is 25,700 and 26,100. So this is the range in which Nifty is expected to move. If we go below 25,700, then chances are that we can see Nifty hitting its 20-day EMA of somewhere around 25,600. But if we move about 26,100, then chances are that we can hit an all-time high. That is 26,277 is the all-time high for Nifty. So then I think post taking out 26,100 on the upside, we can see Nifty moving higher. The overall trend is still positive. You can see that there is a slight dip in RSI. ADX is rising. There is the histogram bars are also kind of shrinking here. But nevertheless, it's just that the market has gone into a consolidation phase. The market is kind of taking a breather. So 26,100 on the upside, that's a key level to watch. While 25,700 on the downside, that's a strong support to look out for in Nifty. If we talk about Sensex, so let me open up the daily chart for Sensex here. So pretty much similar story in Sensex as well. अगर हम Sensex की बात करें, if I take a horizontal ray here, so you can see on the upside, 85,300 is a strong resistance for Sensex. While if we see on the downside, the zone of 83,950, 84,000 is a strong support for Sensex here. And post the breakout, even Sensex, if you see, has been moving majorly in this range. So 85,300 on the upside, 83,950, 84,000 on the downside is where Sensex is largely trading in. So any move above 85,300 can lead to price moving towards even 86,000 levels in the short term. While on the downside, if we go below 84,000, then we can expect Sensex to move even lower until 83,400. That is where the 20-day EMA of Sensex is placed. दोनों का broader trend अभी भी intact है. Nifty का trend ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ रिवर्सल साइंस हमें दिख रहे हैं हायर लेवल से, या सेंसेक्स में भी कुछ रिवर्सल साइंस दिख रहे हैं. It's just that post the breakout for the past 6-7 trading sessions, now the market has gone into a sideways phase. And as long as it remains sideways, very difficult to find a higher number of trading opportunities. But once we get a breakout on either side, majorly looking at the momentum indicators and the price action, considering the fact that the uptrend is still intact, chances are that we might see a breakout on the upside, both in Sensex as well as Nifty here. So for Sensex, keep an eye on 85,300, while on the downside, 84,000 is likely to act as a strong support. Now, if we talk about Bank Nifty, अगर हम Bank Nifty का daily chart देखें, so there is a similar story panning out in Bank Nifty as well. So if you look at Bank Nifty, the zone of 57,500 is a strong support. While on the upside, you can see 58,600 is a strong resistance for Bank Nifty. Again, Bank Nifty में भी वो breakout के बाद अगर हम देखेंगे, छोटे-छोटे small body candles form होते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं. With wicks on the upper side and on the lower side as well. तो थोड़ा सा मोमेंटम थम गया है बैंक निफ्टी में, चाहे वो निफ्टी हो, सेंसेक्स हो, थोड़ा सा एक कंसोलिडेशन फेज में चला गया है मार्केट्स में. ब्रॉडर ट्रेंड अभी भी इंटैक्ट है. बैंक निफ्टी अगेन, बैंक निफ्टी अगर हम देखेंगे पिछले 3 दिन से 58,200, 58,300 का जोन एक स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस बन के आया था. और 29 अक्टूबर को एक स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्रेकआउट भी हमें मिला था. बट अगेन देयर इज, यू कैन सी अ स्मॉल थिन बॉडी डोजी कैंडल दैट इज गेटिंग फॉर्म्ड हियर, which indicates that आज के दिन में भी काफी strong indecision है. Neither buyers nor sellers are in control, but the overall trend is positive. So if we get a break above, let's say 58,590, 58,600, then chances are that we can move towards 59,000 in the short term. While if it breaks the support of 57,500, then we can see Bank Nifty moving till its 20-day EMA, which is placed around the 57,200 mark. So if you look at whether it's Nifty is consolidating in a range. Sensex की बात करें तो Sensex भी एक range में trade कर रहा है. अगर Bank Nifty की बात करें तो even Bank Nifty is trading in a range here. So wait for some directional cues. Let's wait until we see a breakout. Probability of breaking out on the upside is higher than the probability of Nifty Sensex or Bank Nifty giving a breakout on the downside. Maybe if there is any negative developments that we see over the weekend, maybe then we can see some more pressure. But if your macro indicators remain intact, if there is no significant negative developments, then I don't see why we can't break out on the upside here. Now talking about the heat map, how are the sectors placed today? So अगर हम banking and financial services देखें, so HDFC Bank is down around 0.6%. ICICI is down 0.26%. Reliance is down 0.57%. Infi is down roughly around 1%. Bharti Airtel is down roughly around 2% here. So if you see the top 5 heavyweights, which constitutes 40% of our Nifty 50 index weightage, all these top major 5 heavyweights are down, which is a sign that there is an underlying weakness in Nifty. और आज तो heavyweight से भी हमें support नहीं है. Even the Bajaj twins are down. SBI is positive. SBI Life is down around 0.6%. HDFC Life is down -2%. Reliance is seeing some profit booking today. Coal India is one of the counters that is positive. It's up around 1%. Maruti is also in green. It's up around 0.7%. L&T is doing well from the infra space. So we've discussed infra as a theme. Has a strong probability of outperforming Nifty in the coming days. So L&T is up around 1.11%. Ultratech Cement is up 0.5%. So barring these 4 counters, you can see that the majority of these sectors and the stocks are in red. Even the pharma is down, auto is down, FMCG is down, oil and gas is down. Though there is some support from oil and gas, we'll come to that part. IT is down and no strong support from the banking and financial services space today. Now, if we talk about the key sectors to watch and the key stocks that are in focus, so there is one interesting development that we've been seeing in the oil and gas by Nifty's ratio chart. So yesterday हमने देखा था कि infra by Nifty का ratio chart में एक strong breakout मिला था. So we discussed some stocks from the infra space as well. And today, if you look at oil and gas by Nifty's ratio chart, so in oil and gas by Nifty ratio chart, we've seen a downward sloping trendline breakout, and there is a strong follow through buying in the oil and gas space. So there are some counters in the oil and gas space that are doing well. So with infra, keep an eye on oil and gas space as well, because I feel chances high, looks like there are high chances that oil and gas can do well in the near term. So talking about some stocks from the oil and gas space, one is Oil India. If we see Oil India, so Oil India was majorly consolidating in a range here. So roughly around 430 on the upside, while around 400 on the downside. So this is where majorly Oil India was consolidating in. And we do have the results for Oil India on the 4th of November. But nevertheless, we have seen Oil India breaking out today of this range. The 430, which was acting as a strong resistance, आज एक strong breakout मिला. And there is a mild uptick in the volumes. The RSI is in a rising mode. It has gone above 60. The DI plus has crossed over DI minus. So it is indicating that the buyers are kind of gaining control. And MACD has also crossed over the signal line, which is a positive sign. And the price has successfully trading above 200-day EMA at the current levels. So if this move continues, if we see a follow-through move, then we can expect Oil India to move towards 445, 450 levels in the short term, with around 410 acting as a strong support for the counter. If we look at Indian Oil Corporation, so हमने ये कल भी discuss किया था. अगर हम IOC की बात करें, so even IOC has given a strong breakout yesterday. So the zone of 154, 155 was acting as a strong resistance. So we got a breakout yesterday, followed by good support from the volumes as well. RSI is way above, the overbought mark. It's at around 73.5. You can see even the DI lines are kind of widened out here. So DI plus is way above the DI minus. Even MACD has crossed over the signal line. There is formation of green histogram bars, which is indicating that the buyers are still very much in control. Though intraday basis पे हमें higher level से थोड़ा profit booking दिखा है, the overall trend is still intact. I think as long as 155 holds on the downside, chances are that even IOC can do well, and I think it can move towards 170, 172 mark in the near term. The third stock that I want to discuss is Bharat Petroleum, BPCL. So even Hind Petro is also good, Shivji. अगर हम BPCL की भी देखें, so BPCL maybe again it took support from its 50-day EMA, and the last 3 days, if we take from this low and if we move until this high, the price has already moved roughly around 10% in last 4 trading sessions. The RSI is again 60. The DI plus is about DI minus. Again, MACD has crossed over the signal line here. And this was a major overhang for BPCL. This level of 350. Again, there is one high of around 360 here. But ये previous swing high के भी ऊपर है. अगर ये 350 के ऊपर close देता है, then chances are that even BPCL can continue moving upwards, because the overall oil and gas sector is positive now. So these are the stocks that can lead the rally in the oil and gas index. So around 340 will be a good support level for BPCL. And if it takes out 360, then it can move until its previous high of 375, 380 levels in the short term. Apart from that, one another stock that looks good is Chennai Petroleum. So if we look at Chennai Petroleum again, there is a good strong uptick in the volumes. The price took support from its 50-day EMA and it has started to move higher. There was one resistance in around the 860 mark, and we have seen RSI moving higher. It had hit a low of 40, and then from 40 it is above the 60 mark. Again, there is a MACD crossing over the signal line here. The DI plus is above DI minus. The price trades above all the key moving averages, whether it's 20, 50, 100, 200. And I feel if we get a strong close above 860, 865, then I think it has kind of filled the gap here as well, the gap that was created on the 23rd, 24th of October last year. So there's a multi-day gap fill setup. If you remember, we had a session separately on how to trade gaps. तो ये गैप भी फिल हो चुका है, एंड आई थिंक अगर ये करंट लेवल से सस्टेन करता है, I think it can move even higher from the current levels, with around 790, 795 acting as a strong support for the stock. Apart from that, one other stock that looks good is Policy Bazaar. So even new age companies, if you see, कल हमने rollover data में देखा था that rollover for new age companies have also come really well. So Policy Bazaar, again, it has given, you can say there is a trend line breakout here and there is a strong follow through move. So we also have the earnings that will come out probably later today, 30th of October. So I think stock is reacting before the earnings here. So RSI is above 60, DI plus has crossed over DI minus. Again, you can see MACD is above the signal line, though it is still below the zero line here. But any follow through move in Policy Bazaar is likely to do well. I think Policy Bazaar can move towards 1970, 1980 levels from a slightly short to medium term perspective, with around 1660, 1670 acting as a strong support for the counter. If you look at BHEL, so even BHEL will be declaring its results today. So BHEL we discussed yesterday. So the 245, 246 was a strong resistance for BHEL. And today, though there was a dip in the morning, but we saw some strong buying interest at the lower levels. That is the reason why you see a long lower wick. It basically means that the price dipped and then there was a buying interest at the lower levels. And the buying was also followed by good support from the volumes as well. And RSI has gone way above the 60 mark. It's at 72. There is a crossover in DI plus, DI minus, and even there is an MACD signal line crossover as well. So all in all, and if you look at Bollinger Bands, it was moving in a narrow range, and even the bands have started to widen now. And the price also trades above all its key moving averages. The overall trend is positive. So all in all, if it continues, I think BHEL can move towards 270, 275 mark in the short term. Apart from that, even Patanjali is showing some signs of breaking out of the range. So if you look at Patanjali here, it was moving in a sequence here, a lower high यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो, यहाँ पे एक higher low देख सकते हो. So the 600 was a strong resistance for Patanjali, with around 570 as a strong support. Even Patanjali will be declaring its results tomorrow. So कल Patanjali का results है. So you can see the price have started to react before the results, and it has been moving in a higher low formation, which is a positive sign. So if we get a close above 600, if the results come out to be good, then I feel chances are that even Patanjali can move towards 615, followed by 640 levels in the short term, with around 580 acting as a strong support for the counter. And the last stock that I want to discuss is MRPL. अगर हम MRPL देखें, so MRPL, this 20-day EMA line has been acting as a dynamic support level for this stock. Every time we see some correction in this counter, it comes down till its 20-day EMA, it takes support there and it starts to rise. This time when the price has risen, there is a good support from the volumes as well. The RSI is well above 74 at this point. MACD slope is also moving higher. The price is moving in a higher high, higher low formation. So chances are that even MRPL can do well. So around 153, 154 is likely to act as a strong support for the stock. So these are the stocks, these are the sectors that you can focus on. So keep an eye on infra theme, keep an eye on oil and gas theme, and wait until we get a breakout from this consolidation phase that we are seeing both in Nifty, Bank Nifty, as well as in Sensex as well. So that's all about today's bit market session. Now let us start off with the Q&A. If you have any queries, any doubts, do let me know in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer them. So Shivji and Vijayji are asking about Sagility. I think कल हमने discuss किया था. So Sagility has moved up. आज इसका result भी है. So just be little aware of that. So Sagility will be coming up with its quarterly results today. But no doubt it has almost, it's near its I think all-time highs. अगर इसका all-time high देखे तो 56.4 था. It had breached its all-time high. 57.89 was the all-time high for this stock here, and it has seen some profit booking. So I feel as long as it needs a strong close above 56.5, 57, अगर Sagility ये close देता है 57 के ऊपर, then chances are that the price can move up way higher from the current levels here. But it's already up. It's no point to take an entry when it's already up around 9%. So wait for the results to come. Wait for the volatility to settle down and wait for a strong close above 56.5, 57, and then maybe it can move up higher. Selvam ji, ATGLC oil and gas space, this is one stock that is underperforming. So I would say avoid ATGL. There are better counters in the oil and gas space like BPCL, IOC, Oil India, Chennai Petroleum. These are the counters that you can look at. I think avoid ATGL for now. 615 is a strong support. I think once it breaks below 615, chances are that it can move even lower. So I would say avoid. Chandra ji, I think Lenskart IPO, see, you can go to our SBI Securities website. I know there is a lot of talks that is going about the valuation for Lenskart. So I would say, guys, I think it's better you read our IPO notes. So you can go to SBI Securities website, you go to our IPO notes. So there is a detailed IPO note that our fundamental team has made here, so you can see. So we have kind of given a subscribe for long term itself. So you can see all these new age companies. One thing that you see with the new age companies is that the valuation is always on the higher side. In between, for some years, for their initial years, they will be loss making, but you need to give some time to the companies. Post 5 years, 10 years, it's a long wait. So it's a long-term game for sure. So maybe हो सकता है शायद तो लिस्ट होके वो आपको अच्छा गेन भी दे, लिस्टिंग गेन भी दे, maybe थोड़ा सा करेक्शन आए, hope it comes to its fair value and then it might start moving up upwards. So you can look at our detailed IPO note here. So you can look what are the key highlights. You can see what is the shareholding pattern, who are the major selling shareholders, who are the shareholders here. You can see we have also highlighted the key financials and the KPIs. So आप देख सकते हो, if you look at the adjusted PAT, they are still a loss-making company, roughly around 17.568. So you can see what are the risk factors for this company, Chandraji. So there is an import risk, risk from medical advancements, franchisee operated retail stores. What are their growth strategies? How different is Lenskart supply chain as compared to the traditional supply chain here? What is their omni channel? What are the brands global store network. So they have recently expanded to Japan, Southeast Asia, and Middle East as well. Their stores in India, their COCO stores, franchisee stores, their capacity, utilization, transaction value. What is the industry overview? How much is the industry likely to grow by FY30? And then you can look at the financial snapshot. You can look at the balance sheets. You can look at the you can even compare its competitors. आप देख सकते हो Lenskart. Then there is Essilor, Luxottica, Filmin Group, Warby, National Vision Holdings. So these are its competitors globally. So how is Lenskart placed with its global competitors? So you can look at this as well, and maybe and then you can probably make a decision at your end. How far is JK Lakshmi Cement? So अगर हम JK Lakshmi Cement की बात करें, so see, there is some traction in the cement stocks today, but the overall the sentiment has not much improved. राकेश जी, अभी भी sentiment अगर हम देखेंगे cement stocks का, अभी भी वो can't call this as a reversal yet. It's moving in that 870, 815 mark. And it's still below its 50 and 100-day EMA here. So I feel wait for some more key triggers. I think any sustained move from the current levels can at least take the price higher towards 950, 920 levels in the short term, with around 830 acting as a strong support here. GPT Healthcare, Pramod ji is asking. GPT Healthcare avoid करना अभी के लिए, Pramod ji. अगर हम GPT Healthcare देखें, so it's been consolidating in a range here, 145 on the upside and 145 on the downside and 160 on the upside, and it's moving in a very tight range. So जब तक आपको breakout नहीं मिलता है range से, I think it's better to avoid, because if it falls below 145, then chances are that it can move towards 135, 130. But I think any chances of momentum is likely once 160 is taken out on the upside. So as long as it trades in a range, it's better to avoid, this counter at the current level. Cient, okay, let me look at Cient DLM at 640. Cient DLM we have bought at 640. Okay, it's way lower now. I think फिलहाल के लिए it's sideways में है Cient DLM, गंगा जी. I think अभी आपने इतना रुक ही लिया है, तो at least wait until 420 levels on the downside. I think if it breaks below 420, then it's better to square off your position. I feel up move can come probably once 490, 500 is taken out. As long as 490, 500 is not taken out, it's difficult here. Is the IPO note available on the mobile app? I think yes, it will. So if you go to the messages tab, आप notifications में देखोगे, you can go to general notifications, Shivji. Maybe there you can find the IPO note for the Lenskart IPO. If not, you can go to the website and maybe look at the IPO note here. But just go to the notifications on your mobile app and just check the general messages there. I think I'm sure you will see the Lenskart IPO note there. Reliance Industries is good. फिलहाल के लिए थोड़ा प्रॉफिट बुकिंग आया है, आज थोड़ा सा मूवमेंट सबड्यूड है रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज में, बट आई फील द ओवरऑल ट्रेजेक्टरी इज पॉजिटिव. इट कैन मूव टुवर्ड्स 1550 levels in the short term, with around 1460, 1465 acting as a strong support. If we look at Hudco, so Hudco also it's given good. I think it has given a symmetrical triangle breakout yesterday. Though there is no sharp follow through buying in Hudco, the overall trend is still positive. I think any strong follow through move can lead to price moving towards 240, followed by 250, with around 225 acting as a strong support for Hudco here. Clear, guys? So I guess that's all from today's bid market session. I hope it was informative, and if you are finding value to these sessions, गणेश जी मैं आपको याद कर रहा था सेजिलिटी देके. कल ही हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे 53, 56. आज तो सेजिलिटी ऑलमोस्ट 57 टच कर गया है. ओके, nevertheless वो देखना पड़ेगा कि ऑल टाइम हाई के ऊपर सस्टेन करता है कि नहीं. अगर करता है तो देन आई थिंक इट कैन मूव अप हायर. इफ नॉट देन शायद यही लेवल से हमें थोड़ा प्रॉफिट बुकिंग देखने को मिले. ठीक है, सो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय एंड गाइस. इफ यू आर अगर आपको ये सेशंस पसंद आ रहा हो तो डेफिनेटली हमें फॉलो जरूर करना एसबीआई सिक्योरिटीज यूट्यूब चैनल में, so that you don't miss out on any updates. And do share the links with your friends, families, relatives, so that they can also join and take advantage of these sessions. And lastly, beware of the WhatsApp scam, that I just mentioned at the start. There's a lot of instances that we have seen that SBI Securities ke naam pe people are defrauding others. So beware of falling into such trap, guys. Always see whether the channel is verified. And if you come across anything fishy, do contact us on our help desk number, and we will take appropriate action regarding that. So that's all from my end, guys. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30 for our mid-market session. Bye, guys, and take care. See you.